Yo, what's good everyone? OJ here. Welcome to another video. Today, we're going to be talking about Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Torn of the Golden Country, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 from Monolith Soft, or a new IP, and just general overall thoughts about what Monolith Soft is doing. So let's first start off with Torna, the Golden Country. I've been playing this game. I know I said I'd have a full review for you guys by this week, but there's just so much content in this game. If you want to go through all of the nooks and crannies, getting through all of the communities and getting all of the levels and leveling up and getting all the different items that you can get and maxing out the affinity charts definitely takes a lot of time. If you beat this game in less than 20 hours or whatever, you didn't do a fraction of the content available in there, and you definitely didn't power up all of your rare blades that you do have, all of the crew, all the way up. So that's what I'm trying to do, guys. I'm at over 40 something hours. I'm nearly at 50 hours in this game, and all of the affinity charts are still not maxed out yet, just because I did probably a solid 2 to 3 hour block last night of just like side quests right there in the capital of Torna. So it was crazy. It was just absolutely crazy. There's a lot of content, and I still got to do a lot more stuff. I'm probably about 50% or so through the main story. I'm just guessing based on the progression and flow and everything, and kind of where I am with certain side quests and everything. Although I did find out quite a bit of a bug with the whole green barrels and red pollen orbs, or whatever those things are, red pollens. That has like some type of glitch to where it won't let me complete that quest. So yeah, I'm going 100% the game, but unless they patch that, I can't complete that quest, because anytime that I talk to the Nopon that gave me the quest in the first place, she just talks about how great Adam is and everything like that, and she doesn't let me complete the quest no matter what I do, no matter like what I like set the quest to active or not. There's the exclamation mark above her head, but it won't let me complete it. So if any of you guys have had the same issue, let me know, and what did you guys do to fix that? Because I've gotten well more than the 70 green barrels that I've needed to complete the quest, and I can't. But either way, that's not about that. We're going to be talking about Xenoblade Chronicles and what you want to see from them going forward in the future. Obviously, if you have not picked up Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Torn of the Golden Country, or even Xenoblade Chronicles 2, go out there and pick it up. They're great games. It doesn't matter which game you play first or not. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 has a more complex, way bigger, blah, blah, blah. The battle system is a little bit less refined. Torn of the Golden Country simplifies things a bit and explains things a lot better. They're both the same basic battle system, but there's some differences between the two that makes Torna a lot more refined, and I like it more. So it doesn't matter which one you play. You can play Xenoblade 2 first. You can play Torna of the Golden Country. Either way, Torna of the Golden Country is a prequel to Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So just letting you guys know about that. Let's talk about what's next for Monolith Soft. We've gotten some great Xenoblade games, right? We've gotten Xenoblade Chronicles, the original. We got Xenoblade Chronicles X. A lot of people are asking for a port of that. We've got Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Torna of the Golden Country. 4 games in about less than a decade of them when it comes to them really getting into the Xenoblade franchise. So that's pretty good. I think that's a pretty good clip, and I do love what they're doing there. But what's next for them? Would you like to see Xenoblade Chronicles 3, or would you like to see a new IP next? Or would you like to even see a port or a remaster or remake of Xenoblade Chronicles X or the original Xenoblade Chronicles? Now, I think I would like to see, personally, after playing Torn of the Golden Country as much as I have and playing all the different Xenoblade games out there, I would really love to see Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I want to see them take that next step. I know that they potentially have a new IP in the works as well, and that would be great if they did that. But I think Xenoblade Chronicles 3, to follow up on what they did with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, would be absolutely amazing. Take that new rendering engine like they talked about in Torn of the Golden Country, refine that, and bring out another Xenoblade game maybe in the next year or so. I think that would be amazing, just because the Xenoblade franchise is just so unique. It combines so many different elements of what you know and love about just various different styles of RPG, whether it's turn-based, whether it's action RPGs, MMOs. It kind of has a little bit of a blend of everything. So I think a Xenoblade Chronicles 3 would be great, man. I think that would be really good, and I think that would really push what Monolith Soft can do, because Torn of the Golden Country is the most refined Xenoblade game that I've ever played. It's the most refined battle system. It's the most straightforward. It's really easy to kind of hop in, know what you're doing, learn the combat, and master it very quickly. Whereas Xenoblade Chronicles 1, X, and 2, those take a while to really master the combat, understand what you need to do, whereas Torna, you can jump right into it. So if they kind of extend from that, I think they can truly make a Xenoblade game that reaches a potentially even bigger audience, because Torn of the Golden Country, it won't reach as many people as possible since it is technically DLC for the base game and you've had to play that first, or at least many people think that. But if they kind of took that idea and what they did, the streamlined approach, but then added a couple wrinkles to that for Xenoblade Chronicles 3, I think that would actually take the franchise even higher than what Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Obviously, the promotion would have to be good. The hyping would have to be good. They'd have to make sure that it has compelling looking graphics, compelling looking story and gameplay. And then that would really take off the franchise to maybe a 3 or 4 million unit seller. And even if you look at Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and if you combine Torn of the Golden Country standalone sales as well, I'm pretty sure Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is going to be over 2 million to 3 million units when it's all said and done at the end of the life of the Nintendo Switch. So I think that they can take this franchise higher. They just need to do a couple different things. But let's go ahead and let's talk about the flip side when it comes to Monolith Soft and what they can do next. A new IP. Everyone knows that image that they showed off there, which potentially could be a new fantasy RPG. Is that something that'd probably be better for them to do? Heck, even though I want Xenoblade Chronicles 3, that doesn't mean if they announced a brand new IP, I would be like, oh no, screw that, I don't want that. So I think taking what they've done, all the stuff that they've had, right? So they do mechs really well, they do fantasy really well, they do like the whole future tech, but then also kind of looks like old school. It's so weird. It's like old villages. It's not like it's a super high-tech civilization, but then again, there's some super high-tech stuff inside their civilization. So I think Monolith Soft plays that angle with their art and what they do the best. So if they were to take everything that they've learned with the mechs, everything that they've learned with the battle system, and kind of implant that into a brand new IP, I think that they can have a ton of success, maybe even more than the Xenoblade Chronicles franchise, because you don't have to worry about people saying, okay, do I need to play this game or need to play this game? It's just a fresh start, brand new type of game, whatever new engine that they're doing, and they can max out their potential on there. But new IPs are hard to do. New IPs are hard to do, and they're hard to kind of formulate and put together and make it to where everyone wants to jump on board. But if you look at the Xenoblade games, a lot of those are pretty much essentially new each time, because they have new characters, they have new settings, they have new locations, and then it's up to Monolith Soft to try to fandangle them in to somehow tie loosely together with the stories and everything like that. So it's interesting. So it's awesome to just talk about Monolith Soft and what they're going to be doing, because they're one of my favorite developers of all time, if not my favorite developer. They make amazing games, and Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is great. Torn of the Golden Country is even better than I thought it would be when they first started showing it off. So Monolith Soft has a bright future in front of them. I think they have a lot of great things to offer. So whether they did a new IP and they kind of put that together for us, I'd be completely down with that. But I'd love to see what they can do with the brand new Xenoblade Chronicles, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Now, to briefly speak about the ports, like Xenoblade Chronicles the original and Xenoblade Chronicles X, I think that a double pack would be great, right? If they want to go back and look at what they can do. One of my users on one of my live streams asked me like, hey, like, what would you like to see, Xenoblade Chronicles X or Xenoblade Chronicles 1? And then he said that I would like to see Xenoblade Chronicles 1, because everyone's always asking for X, but isn't 1 the better game? But I think it's not about 1 being the better game, it's about how 1 plays compared to Xenoblade Chronicles X. Xenoblade Chronicles X was on the Wii U, right? Xenoblade Chronicles 1 was on the Wii originally, and then it came digitally to the Wii U so people could play it on there, but it still played like the standard Wii game with normal controls for the most part, with button controls. Didn't have any motion or anything like that. The problem with Xenoblade Chronicles X for many people is that it was on a very unpopular system with the Wii U, so many people didn't get to play it as much. But also, if you look at it, it's like the whole dual screen stuff. You have to use 2 screens no matter what. Even if you're using a Pro controller, you have to use the second screen for certain things. Some people really didn't like that, and if they can remove that aspect from the game and get that onto the Nintendo Switch, I think Xenoblade Chronicles X could have a lot longer run and be looked more favorably upon, because it's on a more popular system with the Nintendo Switch, because you can play it anywhere that you want, and you can also play it on the TV. People also love the fact that you can play Xenoblade Chronicles 1, you can play that on the new Nintendo 3DS and play that type of grindy, huge RPG RPG comfortably lying down in bed. It's actually a great new Nintendo 3DS game, and I beat it on there, and I also beat it on the Wii, plus I beat it on the Wii U, Xenoblade Chronicles 1 that is, but I think I had probably the best experience on my new Nintendo 3DS, even though it was slightly downgraded with the visuals, but I used to just lie down and grind through all the different missions and level up and do everything that I needed to do. So my best experience playing Xenoblade Chronicles 1 was actually on the new Nintendo 3DS. So I think that's why people kind of want to see Xenoblade Chronicles X on the Nintendo Switch more so than Xenoblade Chronicles 1, because 1, we've already bought the game multiple different times, but 2, we've already played it portably, and we've also played it on the TV, whereas the Wii U, you could play it portably, but once again, you are tethered to the Nintendo Switch, so you can't go too far. If you have the Wii U and your bed in a separate room, that's too far away, then obviously you lose contact, and just all sorts of stuff. So it's not like it's a completely portable and separate device. Then also, if you don't like the Wii U gamepad and how it feels, how big and bulky it is, you want something lighter, I mean, there's all sorts of things and all sorts of ways why people didn't want to play certain things on the Wii U or whatever the case was. But either way, I'm excited for Monolith Soft. Obviously, I have a lot of passion for them and their projects and what they can do. So I would love to hear what you guys think. What do you want to see next with Monolith Soft? Even if you want to export, or even if you want a Xenoblade Chronicles 1 port, let me know what you want to see from them in the comment section below. All right, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the internet in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube live gaming pages and consider supporting PlayerEssence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes via YouTube sponsorship. Check out the link in the description below. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you, Ninja, for the next video. Peace.